Breaking news. A big-time Nebraska senior has just announced that he will be returning to the Huskers for next season. So in today's video, I'm going to go over who this guy is, what this means for the team, and everything else you need to know. So really quick, if you're fired up, I know I am, hit that like button. And really quick, I post daily Nebraska football content, and it's going to be a busy week of Nebraska recruiting content that you're going to get nowhere else on Husker YouTube. So if you're a diehard fan, make sure to subscribe. Road to 8,000. You'll be thanking yourself that you did. But without further ado, let's get into it. Going over the news. Of course, it was announced about a week and a half ago at this point that Nebraska is returning two seniors next season, Jamari Butler and Marquez Buford. I actually haven't discussed that at all on the channel, so I'll get to that as the video progresses and what that means for us. But it was just announced that another senior will likely be back next season. Just gave us a little bit of a hint on social media. This is Elijah Jeudy, nose tackle for Nebraska. In my opinion, one of the unsung and one of the more underrated players on this Nebraska football roster. He tweeted out, "Running back one last time, question mark." Basically inferring the fact that he will be back next year. Again, this guy has one more year of eligibility. I was shocked that he walked on senior day, but it looks like Elijah Jeudy has a little bit of a sour taste in his mouth after the Iowa game, and I expect him to be back next year. So what does this mean? Because Elijah Jeudy, I think, honestly, has been pretty underrated according to the fan base. Nobody really brings him up. I thought Elijah Jeudy had a good year. Again, he's a nose tackle. So when you're a nose tackle, you don't really get too many tackles because you're plugging up that defensive line. But, on the year, he had 11 tackles, had some crucial stops. He was in that big personnel on the offense when Ty Robinson's getting there at fullback. Elijah Jeudy is also in the ball game. So I honestly think Elijah Jeudy is a guy who has really high potential, is a good culture fit, loves Terrence Knight, and I really expect him to take a big jump next year in a little bit of a bigger role. So this is pretty big that keep a guy like this on your defensive line because you're already losing Nash, Ty Robinson, among probably a couple other guys from the portal. So to bring him back and then also bring a guy back like Jamari Butler, that's going to be huge for that unit. That's going to have probably new starters all over. So Elijah Jeudy, it looks like he is going to be back. I should mention, there hasn't been an official announcement, but all signs point to Turner Corcoran and Teddy Prohaska also being back next year, so some veteran pieces on that offensive line. I wouldn't be shocked if Matt Rhule announces that tomorrow in his press conference, or at least sometime soon, but all signs point to those guys returning for one last year of eligibility. But I want to talk about Jamari Butler real quick as well, returning, and Marquez Buford. First off, Jamari Butler, that is a huge guy to get back. Jamari Butler just didn't have the season that I think any of us were expecting. He had a great offseason, great fall camp, but he was a little bit inconsistent this year. He was dealing with injuries. On the year, officially, Jamari Butler had 2 sacks. I thought he was going to get close to double digits, but Jamari Butler, an athletic freak, I expect him to have a Ty Robinson type of year next year. He's going to start on that D line. And then Marquez Buford's back. Marquez Buford, I think, is a fine player. Bringing him back is going to be big for the culture, again, especially because there are no senior leaders in that DB room next year. To have him back is going to be pretty big in that aspect. I don't know if Marquez Buford will start next year, just because I think there's a lot of young talent in that DB room, and I think they're going to really get some transfers there to bring it. But to bring a guy back like Marquez Buford is going to be just pretty big for the culture, and he's a good depth piece. But Jamari Butler will start next year for sure. And I don't know if Elijah Jeudy will start next year, but just to have him as a depth piece with a young defensive line, I think it's going to be pretty crucial. But I expect him to have a good year next year. And then all signs point to Turner Corcoran and Teddy Prohaska being back. Those are the only guys that I really watch out for. I'm also watching out for Heinrich Haarberg. Now, he didn't walk at senior day. I just kind of want to know what he's thinking about right now, of course, with his future. Like, obviously, Haarberg's not going to start next year at quarterback. Does he want to play a different position? Does he want to go play quarterback at a different college? That's the guy who I'm watching out for. And then also, guys, it's transfer portal season. There's going to be some guys who leave in the next couple of days. Again, the portal opens up a week from tomorrow. There might be a good player who leaves. I'll have the latest on the channel, but all I know is like bringing seniors like this back is pretty crucial. Especially guys who really have high potentials like Jamari Butler, like Elijah Jeudy. So I really, really like these moves. All right, guys, let me know down below your thoughts about Elijah Jeudy coming back along with Jamari Butler, Marquez Buford. Looks like Turner Corcoran, looks like Teddy Prohaska is going to be back. So let me know all your thoughts down below. All right, guys, once again, let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Set bell notifications so you know about the big breaking recruiting news that's going to be coming in the next couple of days. And as always, folks, go Red, go Rhule, and see you in the next one.